this is going to be a short clip. A short clip. So what I'm trying to discuss is this for my audience. When you see life, relationship, business, and wealth creation, it's not a thing you toy with. The reason why I'm saying this is because when you get into something about life, you don't have a blueprint. Your parents gave birth to you. So you actually operate on the blueprint of your parents. But throughout the course of your upbringing, smart parents, what they do is that they discuss their blueprint with you. And then they keep encouraging you to come up with a blueprint, That's why they put you through primary school. They put you through secondary school. And then they put you through tertiary. The reason why they did all these things is because they are waiting and nurturing you to come up with a blueprint. As you develop, both mentally and physically, they keep asking you to come up with a blueprint. They ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? But in some culture, like my culture, sometimes our parents make that decision for us because they know that if they let you make that decision, you might end up being nobody. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of people do that. You end up being nobody. But they did it because they think that they could assist you in this regard. That's why they did it. Or that's why they're doing it. But at the same time, sometimes they give you option, even though they give you limited options, because some of our parents narrow the option for us. They're not telling you to go be a social worker. No, most of our parents will never do that. But they have like maybe that 5-degree, engineering, law, doctor. That's being a doctor, that's medicine. Or one of the things again that they might put you through is to, in some cases, be a pastor. Yeah. It happens a lot. That's what our parents do. So, they come up with these 4 blueprints. And they actually assist you and say, okay, pick up one. But there are other ones that are out there that they could have come up with. But this is the ones that they think if they give you the blueprints to, or if they get you to add it to your blueprint that you're going to come up with, or to the blueprint that they already have for you, that will make you a better person. And which in many cases, it does make you a better person. But as life continues, some of us stick with those blueprints. Some of us change the blueprint. Some of us adjust the blueprint. Some of us omit those blueprints. So we come up with various reasons for doing one thing to or another to the blueprint that our parents already set for us, in order for you to mirror maybe peers pressure, siblings rivalry, so many things, But in modern day society, one thing that has been lacking for a while is that a lot of people, when they set those blueprints, one thing they don't set aside is this: if this thing doesn't work, do I have a second, a third, a fourth blueprint? In most cases, they don't. In most cases, most people don't. This is the same thing that happens in business. Some people have this business strategy, but they don't set aside second, third, fourth options to their business in case after multiple years, if the other business fails to take off, or maybe they didn't achieve, or they don't achieve what they actually set their sights to achieve. Actually, what they set their sights to achieve. So that's one thing in that regard. So, but another thing is, some of us, we actually go as far as trying to get some of us, or most of us, we're trying to get married. We see a girl that we really, really love. We care about her. And she's this, she's that, she's going to medical school, she's good. So we put that, the same academic foresight, academic understanding that we have through our parents, or academic, I would say, inspiration that we have due to our parents, or I would say academic inquisition that we have through our parents. So those things themselves make us to pay attention to the kind of spouse that we want. We might want a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, a nurse. But one thing we don't even pay attention is this. Okay, beside engineering and all this professionalism degree that we hope for this individual to have, what other things do they possess? There are other things that got to do with physical and spiritual that this individual has to possess. Do they have the temperament to be a wife? The same also goes to a woman. Okay, the guy that I'm trying to get married to, this guy that is a suitor, does he have the temperament to be a husband? Does he have, what kind of family is he coming from? The same goes with the man. What kind of family is she coming from? Does the family do they have the gene to be able to have kids that won't turn up to be criminals in the society? You see what I'm saying? Or prostitutes. Those are things that we don't take our time to get to know when we trying to get into a family relationship, to get into a marriage with another family. We don't investigate the family history to know what kind of family does she come from. If he or she comes from a family that will technically be of a good bloodline to my family, you see. And another thing that we don't do as a people is this. The amount of time we take in planning our marriage, our weddings, be it the traditional wedding or the church wedding, we take so much time, so much energy to plan for something that only lasts for one day. But we never take the time to plan for something that lasts a lifetime. Some of us just get into it to figure it out as it goes. But you got to understand this. When you get into a marriage with somebody that has never been taught to be a wife, and you want to figure it as you go, it's going to be very difficult. Because what happens is that some people get into marriage because of the thrill. They get into it because of the thrill, only to find out that 1 year later the thrill isn't there because of balancing. So they don't understand, and then they've never been told that this is balancing, that what they're going through is balancing. They don't understand that. So what they do, basically, they freak out because they want the thrill to be there at all times. So they freak out, they get pissed off, they get mad, and guess what happened? It never ends well. It never ends well, and it never ends well. So that is why I always say this. I say it and I say it at all times. You should be careful with who you go into relationship with. Because just like you should be careful with who you go into business with. When you get into business, like I do like when people go into business, because I got to tell you, people plan business. They take a year, 2 years to plan the business, plan about every stress and strain that business will go through. But people don't plan relationship. They don't plan marriage. They don't plan anything about it, like their kids coming. They don't do that these days anymore. Growing up as a little kid, this is what our parents used to tell us. They used to tell us how they plan things, they plan the life, they plan kids, they plan how many kids they want to have, they plan life for each kid. And sometimes things don't go the way they want it to go, but they always have that adjustable attitude or adjustment attitude that comes in there because they were raised like that. But the thing is that we are also raised like that, but due to movies and Hollywood and Nollywood and media interference, what we actually are supposed to be doing in marriages are altered due to outside influence. Like today, one thing that I notice is this. I'll put this mostly about women, is that when a woman fails, she wants everybody else to fail with her. You see? So when she has a child outside wedlock, she wants every girl around her to have children outside wedlock, so that way she can feel guilty. She can feel guilty. So she can be shamed. She can feel bad. When her marriage fails, she tells you that marriage ain't shit. That marriage is not a good thing. Marriage is this, marriage is that. That is why we're having low marriages today, because people that went into it, women that went into it, got out, and they wanted nobody to get into it because they want everybody around them to be single or divorced. That is something that happens. Like they said, single women keep other single women single. The reason why single women keep other single women single is because they are very jealous. So when you get into a relationship and she's not in a relationship, she's not happy. When you go to somewhere and then people are trying to talk to you, they're not talking to her, she's not happy. She drags you, tells you, let's go. Let's go. Because she doesn't want you to get what she's not getting. But I gotta tell you, if you feel offended in my last sentences, that means you're guilty too. You know what you're doing. Don't block your girlfriends that are being blessed. Don't block them. If they are blessed, guess what? You're gonna be blessed. Because if your girlfriend goes out there and gets married, she will end up getting somebody, one of her, maybe she might meet one of her husband's friends that will find you attractive and marries you. You see? Because that's how things were done in the past. When a girl goes to marry, she introduces her friend to her husband's friends that will end up marrying them. But today, I don't see that many women doing that anymore. It seems like the ones that get married, when they get married, they don't want the rest to get married either. So the ones that are not married don't want the ones that want to get married. So it's confusing. So women, you guys got to make up your mind. But for guys, please vet and vet well. Vet your spouse, vet and vet well. For girls, don't vet a man. Get a man to vet a man for you. There are many crazy men out there, very, very crazy men, very, very confused men, troubled men, messed up men, men with bad character, men that are raised the wrong way. You got to be careful which man you get into relationship with, because some men are messed up. Get a man to vet a man for you. It's very, very necessary that you get a man to vet a man for you. Because when you get a man, when you get a dad or uncle to help you to vet a man before you go out with him, it's very, very necessary, because what it does for you is this. It sets you up for something greater. And when you get a man to vet a man for you, guess what? The man that is being vetted will respect you that moment. He will respect you, and he will say to himself that, damn, she actually came from a good family. I really like this. I like this. I like this. I like her now. Men smell good things when they see one. They smell bad things when they see one. They don't need you to tell them. They know. They'll figure it out. They are very, very smart. Do not underestimate men. They will give you what you want and take what they want. They know what they're doing. Thank you for listening. And I'm going to be releasing a panel YouTube podcast soon with my panel. Everybody's been busy, but don't worry, guys. You're going to hear from us soon, very, very soon. I promise you that. Be safe out there and drive safely. Don't get drunk, okay? Be safe. Bye-bye.